Welcome to Rocky Broad Solar, where we encourage you to make the current flow. We've been installing solar panels tied to the EG4 electronics, FlexBOSS line of inverters, the GridBoss, and the WallMount battery line of batteries across the Carolinas here for the last several months, and there's a good reason for that. This system is extremely versatile that can be used in many different configurations and situations, and in my opinion, it is far superior to that all-in-one 200 amp architecture where an all-in-one inverter mixed with a transfer switch is all in one unit. The benefits of this, having the separate inverter and separate MID, are many, and in this video I'm going to go over those. Just a brief overview, that's going to be because you can tie it into existing solar for AC coupling. You've got generator integration. You've got a combiner where you can combine multiple inverters all in one. You have a lot of flexibility in terms of locating the inverter and batteries in a remote location compared to the MID. You've got smart ports. You've got load shedding. You've got power shedding. This thing's got a built-in 200 amp pass-through. EG4 Electronics, in my opinion, is a manufacturer I can count on. I know that if and when I have any issues, I can get someone on the phone immediately, and they're going to provide really good support. Stay tuned to hear more details about this system in this video. Let's get into it. So I really love the GridBoss FlexBoss combo for a variety of different reasons. In my opinion, the MID architecture is superior to that all-in-one unit like you would see with like a EG4 18 kPV or a Sol-Ark or a variety of different all-in-one 200 amp pass-through inverters. The benefits here are many. For one, the GridBoss is service entrance rated when you add that Eaton CSR breaker. In this case, we already have a service disconnect over here in the meter, so we did not need to make anything service entrance rated. We have a 200 amp service entrance equipment right here before feeding the GridBoss. But in many cases, when you have just a standard meter, a standalone meter, and an interior sub panel, you're going to need a service disconnect outside, especially if you're going to have to bring the system up to current codes. Anything here installed under the 2020 NEC or later is going to require a disconnect outside by your meter. So if you need to do that in the GridBoss, you can add an Eaton CSR breaker here to make this service entrance rated, and that satisfies that emergency disconnect requirement. Next, on this job, we also tied in a whole home backup generator to this system as a redundant form of backup. So if there's a prolonged outage and the solar goes down, we can have a backup generator kick on to recharge the battery bank, and with a full generator integration, unlike a lot of competitors here. So we've got our 100 amp generator breaker coming in from the generator. We've got a 2-wire start wired up with this system to once the batteries reach a specific state of charge, say 20%, during an outage, it's going to automatically send a signal over to that generator to kick on and recharge the batteries. Another benefit of this system is we have our manual bypass switch. So if for any reason the inverter ever has any issues, or you need to service it or replace it, you can just turn all this off, and you've got this interlock kit where you turn off the backup panel and you slide that manual bypass and turn on the manual bypass. And what that'll do is that'll just feed grid power directly from the grid through to the backup panel and sort of disconnect all of the solar and batteries and generator from the system. The benefit of that, again, is if equipment fails, you can very easily turn it off and service it without interrupting the customer's service. Now, when you use those 200 amp all-in-one systems similar to a Sol-Ark, you're going to need to install a giant 200 amp manual bypass switch upstream of your inverter if you want that ability. In most cases, you're going to want that ability to switch between grid or backup system. And hey, those are not cheap. I think bare minimum for a 200 amp double throw transfer switch, you're talking like $600-700. A lot of them get up to, you know, over $1,000 in cost. So that alone almost pays for this MID, which also includes lots of other benefits. So we've also got a 200 amp main breaker for the backup panel. So if you're in a situation where your panel inside doesn't have overcurrent protection, you're adding all this additional generation on the line side of it, you have it protected here at 200 amps. Now, if your backup panel's not 200 amp rated, it'll have to have its own breaker inside. Another good thing here about this MID architecture compared to the 200 amp all-in-one is out here in Western North Carolina, you know, we're under Duke Energy Progress, Duke Energy Carolinas. There's a lot of little co-ops like French Broad or Haywood. All of them require an exterior NEMA 3R lockable general duty PV system disconnect. That's not required by code, but it's a utility requirement. And the reason being is if they're ever out here working on the lines, they just want to know, no matter what, their linemen are safe. So in the event that they have to perform any work on the line side of the customer's meter, they can just come out here, turn the system off. They can lock the system out so that nobody can turn it on. And that's going to prevent any solar or batteries from backfeeding to the grid no matter what, even though the system's already designed to not do that when the service disconnect is interrupted. This is just a foolproof way that they can guarantee their linemen are safe. Now, with this MID architecture, our grid or our FlexBOSS here only has a 90 amp backfeed. So that means we can utilize a 100 amp non-fuse disconnect to satisfy that disconnect requirement. And that goes for all the major utilities out here in the Carolinas and surrounding areas that I've ever found. Depending on your location, every utility has different requirements. Some of them want production meters. Some of them want battery disconnects. You know, some of them may just require that giant 200 amp disconnect. But all the ones out here just want that PV system disconnect. And so this is going to sever the connection of all of the solar and batteries from the MID. And so there'll be no generation that can backfeed to the grid. And this disconnect here is between $150 and $200 retail here in 2026. When you use those all-in-one inverters, the only way to satisfy that requirement is by installing a giant 200 amp disconnect. And in a lot of cases, if you don't have a service entrance breaker upstream, you're going to have to get a fused one. Those 200 amp disconnects, again, you're talking like between $600 and $1,000 depending on the manufacturer and where you're buying it. So again, that adds a lot of cost to your install. By having this 90 amp inverter separate from the transfer switch, you save, you know, $400 or $500 on every job just on that disconnect alone. Another benefit of the MID here is we've got smart ports. So we've got up to 4. These can serve a variety of different purposes. We can use it for load shedding. We can so if you can set it up to where, hey, if the battery bank gets drained down to a certain percentage in an outage, so you can have, you know, water heater or heating, air conditioning, EV charger, whatever the case may be, to where once your batteries get drawn down to a certain percentage, it can shed those loads, saving your precious battery bank for a prolonged outage rather than wasting your precious solar and batteries heating water in a water heater. Another thing you can use that for is for dump loads or for, I forget the term, it's not coming to me at the moment, but basically maybe you're in a situation where you're not getting credits for your exported power. Here we get pretty close to true net metering, so it's not really an issue. But in an area where your utility is not really giving you a ton for your power, you can install a dump load in here to where when you have excess solar and you're gonna be backfeeding it to the grid, or if it's zero export, it's just gonna turn the solar off, you can then send that excess PV to a specific load like a cryptocurrency miner or an EV charger or something to just utilize that extra power rather than backfeeding to the grid or just turning off altogether. Next, we've got our 3 hybrid inverter ports. So if you're in a situation where you're installing a really big system, or maybe you want room for future expansion, all those all-in-ones, you're going to have to buy a bunch of external load centers, load and line side, to combine all those inverters together. With the MID architecture, you've got 3 ports here. You can install up to 3 hybrid inverters, as long as these inverters are rated or EG4 inverters and they're hybrid. You can, again, combine a bunch of inverters in here without having to install all that extra electrical equipment. Next, we've got AC coupling. So if you've got existing solar, say Enphase or Solar Edge system, maybe you bought solar 10 or 15 years ago, you didn't need a battery, or they were just really expensive at that time, and you want to add a battery retroactively, well, you can just land the output of that existing system in one of your smart ports. You can program it for AC coupling, and basically that system will backfeed in here and it will charge the batteries connected to a hybrid inverter on one of your hybrid ports. If you want more information on that setup, make sure to check out the channel. We've got a couple systems that we did recently in that exact scenario. Hey, DIY solar is not for everybody. This stuff's complex and difficult. If you're just looking to hire a professional to install solar and storage on your home in the western North Carolina area, go ahead down in that description below. Check out our Rocky Broad Solar intake form, where you can just fill out some questions about your specific scenario, and we'll get back to you within a few days with a zero-cost, pressure-free quote. You can also check us out at www.rockybroadsolar.com, or you can just give us a call at the number here, 828-231-8359. Let's get back into it. The next benefit of the MID compared to the all-in-one unit is you get a lot of flexibility in where you can locate your solar inverter and your batteries. So in this case, we've got the inverter and the batteries placed down in the mechanical room inside of the home, where they are out of the sunlight, they're out of the weather, they're out of an area that can be prone to vandalization or theft. So, you know, they're in a completely different location, and we only have to run 4-gauge wire from this 90 amp breaker out here at the service into that inverter. That saves us a ton on costs if you want to install an inverter in a remote location compared to your service conductors. With those all-in-one units, you've got to run 200 amp wire between the meter and the hybrid inverter to the backup panel. And so you're kind of tied to the meter in that case. 200 amp rated wire adds up very, very quickly. It can add tens of thousands of dollars to the cost of a system. Or you're just stuck between the meter and the main service panel. And a lot of times you just don't want to do that. It's not good practice to mount an inverter or batteries out in direct sunlight. They're going to do much better in a conditioned environment inside and out of direct sun. And so again, it just provides you a lot of flexibility. You can just intercept those 200 amp feeders right out here by the meter. You know, we've got our 200 amp conductors coming out of the meter, goes straight into the GridBoss. It ties right back into the existing feeder that went to the backup panel. And you know, we only had to buy a couple $100 worth of wire here compared to thousands or tens of thousands. If anyone's trying to DIY this system at their home, go ahead down in that description below. I have some good links and coupon codes for all the equipment that we are installing here today, as well as that coupon code, which can save you even more money on top of any other deals going on at this time. Let's get back into it. So out here on the GridBoss, we've got a Wi-Fi dongle. This is what connects the GridBoss to wireless into the internet. That's going to communicate out all the information from the GridBoss to your EG4 app to where you can monitor your system and see what's going on. We've also got our built-in rapid shutdown switch. So if you install this inverter outside at the service, you can utilize this rapid shutdown switch to make this system rapid shutdown compliant. You know, with an all-in-one, if it's not out by the meter, you're going to have to install an external switch by the meter to make the system rapid shutdown compliant. If you're out there trying to DIY this system yourself, make sure and go ahead down in that description below. Check out our Rocky Broad Solar Ultimate DIY guide. It's got a lot of helpful tips and tricks on how to get this system installed in a safe, code-compliant manner, how to choose the right equipment, how to get it past that final inspection. It also has a bunch of deals and discount codes that you can use on top of any other deals going on at this time to save yourself even more money on top of those deals. Well, everyone, that's pretty much all we've got for you today. Make sure to subscribe so you can stay tuned for part 2 of this installation series. As always, I really appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Till next time, take care.